Hi, welcome back to OD YouTube channel. Today I'm here for another pens for the month. So today is the pens for the month of December 2025. I'm showing you the pens by alphabetical order of the brands, and there are a lot of them because I'm working on the calendars of the ink calendars. So there will be lots of pens. So this is just a long video showing pens and the inks they have inside. 38 pens for today. And so let's start with the first pen from Armenia. We have this pen. Let me just change the light a little bit. This is the Benu Pixie. This version is called the Benu Pixie is this pocket pen, and this version is called Aqua Glow with this finish. So let me see if all is on focus, in focus. So this is the Benu Pixie Aqua Glow with a broad steel nib. It is a Schmidt nib, and the pen is a cartridge pen. It can have a short converter or it can be eyedroppered. And inside it has the diamine inkvent calendar from 2019 blue peppermint. This is from an older calendar, and I chose it because it has some shimmer, and I think this blue and the kind of shimmer it has is a very good match for this pen. The next pen is also a Benu. It's the same kind of pen. It's also a Benu Pixie, and also the same characteristics, the same Schmidt steel nib. So this is the Benu Pixie Jolly Roger Vintage Orange. So they created this Jolly Roger, which is these pens with the pirate flags or pirate symbol, and this vintage, they call it vintage. It's a series of 3 pens with 3 different colors, pink, orange and blue. This one has a medium steel nib, as I told you, and inside it has Kaweco Paradise Blue. So they are similar, but I actually chose them because I had the orange one with blue ink, the turquoise one with orange ink, so they were mixed and it was fun. But the other one is already empty, so this one is left. And we will jump for a pen. Oops, sorry, everything is falling there. Let's jump for into this pen. This is from Germany, and it is a very nice pen. I showed this before on the channel. It is a pen that I bought from this brand, Black Forest. It is a stainless steel pen, cartridge pen. You can see the cartridge there. Still has a little bit of ink, and it is a nice pen. So I really like it. The cap screws on the bottom, and it becomes a short but decent size pen. The nib is the same number 5 nib by Schmidt, and this is a fine nib. So this is the Black Forest. This pen is called Rhombus Minimo, They also have a rhombus in normal size, which is a big one. It has this kind of holes on the barrel. This one has a fine steel nib, Schmidt nib again, and inside it has Schneider Cognac. It is a interesting color. This was the ink cartridge package that came with the pen, and I decided to use that. So this is a very nice one. I like it a lot. Very small pocket pen. The next pen is something much older, maybe 100 years old or something like that, and it is a Cow's fountain pen. So I don't know much about this pen. I know it has a little bird there on the lever, and it has a little bird, the same one there on the nib. This is a gold nib, as far as I know. It is a lever filler pen, and it has a number on the bottom, which apparently says 200B. So, as far as I know, this pen is the Cow's CAW fountain pen 200B. What does it mean? I don't know. It has a nib that I would call it extra fine. I'm not sure. There is no information about it. And inside it has from this year, it has the Colorvent calendar 2025, number 3, Erebus Crater. And so this is the pen, an interesting one, and I thought it would go well with a very much modern ink. You can see that the pen has some chasing engraved on the hard rubber. Not sure if you can see it, but it has. But the pen is very, very, very much worn and discolorated. But I think it's nice to have many different pens in this, for these calendars and for these videos. It's fun to have variety. Again, the noise you hear on the background is pens falling down. I have then here this pen. This pen is sometimes annoying because it skips a lot. It is a very beautiful pen. It is the Conklin All-American in Lapis Blue. It is a nice pen, chunky, cartridge converter pen, number 6 nib, Conklin nib, which I think it's Bock nib, but it is not consistent at all in the writing experience. Let's see how it will write today. This is the Conklin All-American Lapis Blue. I think it's Lapis Blue, and the nib is a medium steel nib, and inside you can see lots of skips. It's not nice to write with this time. Maybe it's the pen, maybe it's the pen and the ink. I don't remember it to skip that like that when I first used it. I'm not sure. So it has the Colorvent calendar 2025, number 6, sun grazing comet. By this time I really need to look at my notes because I no longer remember which ink is it or which pen is it. The nib is nice with that breather hole with the form of a moon. So interesting pen, but this steel nib is not working as it should. The ink is very intense, very rich in details. The next pen is also, no, sorry, this is American pen. The other one is from Germany, has the Black Forest. And where is it? Here it is. Some pens will fall down again, I think. No, not now. It's this thing. This is a pocket pen. It looks very nice, small. Now, Esterbrook made something exactly like this, the same pen. I had this for more than a year, and I think now Esterbrook released something which is the same. So this is the Divine Design Pocket in black with a medium steel nib, and this medium steel nib is a Jovo nib coated in black. It is a cartridge converter pen, and it is a short pocket pen, but when you post it, it becomes long enough. Inside it has Jacques Herbin, Violette Pensée, and it is a nice purple. This is it. It writes quite thick, a thick line, and it is an interesting pocket pen. I enjoy it. The next one is also from Germany, and it is it's a pen that I have for a long time, that I bought on the flea market, completely destroyed, and it's this. And this is the Faber-Castell Classic. Sorry, not Faber-Castell Classic. That's the next one. This is the Faber-Castell Basic, and it is metal pen with a plastic cap and with a kind of deformed broad nib. So this is a cartridge converter pen. The nib is a fairly small one, kind of a number 5. And let me write with it. This is the Faber-Castell Basic with a broad steel nib that I already showed you, and inside it has the Diamine Inkvent calendar 2025 number 6 Fur and Fog, a nice ink in a very cheap and destroyed pen. Now we'll stay still in Germany, and we have this pen. This is the Graf von Faber-Castell Classic Ebony. So this is the classic one, and the barrel is made of wood. It is ebony wood. It is all tarnished, and the wood is not in the best shape, but it is better now than when I bought it. It has a gold nib with the Faber-Castell coat of arms there. It's really nice pen. Cartridge converter pen again. So let me write with it. This is the Graf von Faber-Castell Classic in ebony. The nib is that gold nib, fine, and inside it has Diamine Inkvent calendar number 4 tobacco, and this one has a scent. This ink, it's not my favorite scent, but the brown color is quite nice. And from Germany you will go to Ireland, to the Gravitas, and this Gravitas also a cartridge pen, a very small pocket pen, and I like it, made of titanium, very small but with a big number 6 nib with the Gravitas logo there. So again, another steel nib cartridge pen and made of titanium. So this is the Gravitas Quark in titanium with a fine steel nib. By the way, this pen is made of titanium, so it can be eyedroppered, which is interesting for a metal pen. I don't like to eyedropper pens, so that will not happen. It has the Colorverse Color Vent Calendar 2025 number 4 Milky C. And this is a nice color with some shimmer or glistening, as they call it. The next one is from China, and I think we have a few from China, 3 I guess. And from China we have the first one, this Jinhao 10, made of metal, all black, retractable pen. So this is the Jinhao. It seems to dry a little bit, so that's not as good as the Pilot version. So this is the Jinhao. This will be a little bit messy, or it has a low ink volume now, I'm not sure. So this is the Jinhao 10 in matte black. It has an extra fine steel nib, very small nib, cartridge converter pen again, and inside it has the Colorverse Color Vent Calendar 2025 number 1. It's skipping too much. Let me just check how much ink it has inside. This is not very well designed because it's so long that you can't see the ink level. It still has some ink inside, so let me just advance a little bit the piston. Maybe it will put more ink on the feed and nib. This is kind of cheating, but let me just grab a piece of paper and just clean a little bit the underside of the feed, not to have too much ink inside the barrel. Sorry about that pause, but I needed to do that. So ink number 1, which was called the Martian Dust. Martian Dust. It's getting so dry. This pen wrote amazingly when I first inked it, because it was really good performer. Now it's not writing anymore. Very annoying. Sorry about that, but that also happens with these calendar stuff. I ink pens and then I leave them unused for some days, and this is going terrible. Annoying. The nib is so good, so smooth writing, but now it's just dry. I need to check it. I need to make a full review of these and go through all these characteristics. So sorry about this very messy and ugly line that I just made here. Let's go for the next pen. That will be a Jinhao, so another Chinese pen from Jinhao, and more pens falling on the background. 38 pens, so there's a lot of falling to do. So this is a pen very similar to the Lamy CP1 or to the Lamy ST, and it has the same kind of shape on the nib, very similar pen, cartridge converter pen, and this is the Jinhao 65 in steel with an extra fine nib also, and inside it has the diamine inkvent calendar. This one is writing perfectly. 2025 number 3 carousel. You can see perfect flow, perfect writing. The Jinhao also wrote well when I made the review of the ink. Not sure what is happening there. I think it just dried on the pen. If the seal mechanism is not good, it will happen, and I'm checking that. Then we have the final Jinhao for today. This is a small one, pocket pen, interesting number 5 nib, two-tone, cartridge converter pen, very small, nice and fun. And this is the Jinhao 82 mini. It's called Green Lemon, and the nib is fine, and ink is Jacques Herbin Vert Pré. I have too much ink in my collection, as I think you already know, but this ink is an ink that I still want to have, so I had a small bottle of it, and I just bought another very small, a few months ago. I just bought, sometimes I make orders from stores, and sometimes we are only missing one or two, a few euros to get to free shipping. So I just got another bottle of that ink because this ink is really good. So I still have lots of inks, I still have lots of green inks, but if I go on the process of selecting inks, this one would be to keep. But will I ever run out of the others that I don't want to keep? I'm not sure, maybe not. The next pen is amazing, this amazing color. It's so fun, so nice, so desirable. This is another cartridge converter pen. This is the Kaweco collection Liliput Kolibri. It has all these colors reminding the colibri or hummingbird feathers, and it has even this very beautiful laser heat treated nib, just with the logo, Kaweco logo protected. So a very beautiful pen with different tones on a steel body, so it's quite heavy. I like this pen a lot. So this is the Kaweco collection Liliput Kolibri with a medium steel nib, and inside it has Kaweco Summer Purple, quite a simple ink that I consider to write really well. So this is a beautiful pen. I like it a lot. It was a release from this summer. The next pen is another Kaweco Liliput. This one is my EDC pen. It's always on my backpack. And it is a version of that pen in copper, which is a regular edition. This one has a I put a clip on it, and there it is, the steel nib, the same nib but without that kind of treatment. So this is the Kaweco Liliput copper with a fine steel nib, and inside it has Kaweco caramel brown, which is a nice dark brown ink. I enjoy this pen a lot. It seals very well and it's all completely oxidated. I enjoy this. I really do. And from this one we will jump to the first Piston pen of today, which is this one. And that's a mess over there with all the pens. This is a release from this summer also, and autumn, I'm not sure right now. It is a very nice pen, a piston filler made of aluminium. So this is the Kaweco Piston Sport made of aluminium, and the color is navy. It has a medium steel nib. It is the same nib as the others. One had that heat treatment, the other one is simple steel, this one is gold plated steel, but they have a very equivalent writing experiences. The ink it has inside is Kaweco Royal Blue. It's the blue that you get in the cartridges that usually come inside the pens. This doesn't have a cartridge because there's the ink window there, and this is a piston pen and it looks great. And the next one is my most expensive pen, and it's this, with all those pens falling down. I'm not sure if I'll have much room to move the notepad up. So you'll see that this is very tarnished, a lot, except here inside, which is still shiny. It is a pen made of sterling silver. You can compare the way it is oxidized. So this is my most expensive pen ever, and this is the Kaweco Sterling. It's made of sterling silver, sterling sport, with a fine gold nib. So again, this is a gold rhodium plated nib, but it is the same kind of nib, same size, just gold. And it has inside also the Kaweco Caramel Brown. This nib writes slightly wetter, I would say, and the ink looks a little bit different, but I know also the ink it has been inside for a long time, so maybe there is some oxidation of the ink also. It's not as brown, it's going more on towards the black tones. And the next one is still a Kaweco pen. It's the last Kaweco pen. So as I was telling you, I think Germany is the most well represented brand here in this list. The most well represented country from which brands came from. This is the Kaweco Titan Sport, a pen made of titanium. The same kind of pen, cartridge converter. So this is the Kaweco, not Piston, sorry, Titan Sport with a medium steel nib, again the same kind of nib as the other pens, but this one made of steel and natural color, and inside it has that Kaweco Royal Blue. And this is how it looks. So this is also a nice pen. This will not tarnish, so it's fun to have all these different variations of a similar pen. And from Kaweco we will move just a little bit, but we'll still stay in Germany. We'll just move to Lamy. And where is the next pen? This is all crazy because everything fell down. It's this one. This is a Lamy Aion in black. I like this pen a lot. It's a thick pen, medium weight. I really like it. So this is the Lamy Aion in black. I love the model. I'm trying to get all of those. I'm waiting to have the new color of this, the gray one that was released this year. I don't remember the name, but I'll try to get it with fine steel nib. The nib is like this, very similar to the Lamy Safari, but with a slightly rounded shape. Cartridge converter pen, I think I told you that already. And inside it has the Colorverse Colorvent calendar from 2025, and this is ink number 5, the Void. And I like this. I really like this, and I like the combination of the pen and ink. Lamy Aion. And Lamy Aion is one of my favorite models, and there you have another Lamy Aion. This is a red version of the same pen. So Lamy Aion in red. This one has a medium nib, but when you look at both you can't see much difference, I would say. But the nib is the same, except it says M there, the other one says F. And inside it has Lamy Petrol, the original Lamy Petrol ink cartridges. I still have 3 or 4 cartridges there. Some people are keeping it as a treasure. I'm just not doing that. I'm using those cartridges. I don't really care. I have too much ink and I really need to use it. And we'll stay with Lamy pens, and the next one is, let me just reach here on this chaos there, and the next pen is this. This is the new, from a few days ago or a month ago, the new Lamy CP1, a very thin pen, Lamy CP1 Aquamarine, which is also a cartridge converter pen. So far only one piston pen, and this one has a, hope you can see it, it has a fine steel nib, the same kind of nib as Lamy Safari pens have, and it is very slim. It's nice. I like the color, I like it. This is also a model that I'm trying to collect them all, Lamy, but not as easily as the Lamy Aion. Lamy CP1 in color Aquamarine, fine steel nib that I already showed you, and it has inside Colorverse Colorvent calendar 2025, number 6, Sun Grazing Comet. And if you check the review of the ink, it is visible how the same ink can look so differently in different pens. So that's a fun thing to look at. The next pen is, and it is my last Lamy of this set, is another. I'm not very creative sometimes about my pens. It is another Lamy CP1. This one is a platinum version, which means it is platinum coated. It looks very nice and shiny with those lines. more expensive and it has been discontinued, and I thought when this was discontinued and only the black one remained, I thought, okay, Lamy CP1 is over, and this year they released the new color, which was this Aquamarine that I showed you previously, so it was very fun. So this is the Lamy CP1 in Platinum, also a cartridge converter pen. It has a broad gold nib. So this is a Lamy gold nib. You can see there the gold content, the B, and it is a two-tone nib. And inside it has the regular Lamy blue ink cartridge. So nothing very special, it's just the regular color. By the way, this Lamy CP1 has this different thing, that the section is metal instead of being plastic. Done. Let's go for the next pen, and we will leave Germany, I think. Let me check. Yes, we'll leave Germany to India, and we have this pen that I love, but I found something about it. This is the Magna Carta Mag 1000. It's a very big pen. Let me bring back that Lamy CP1. Look, it looks short and much thinner. This is a very big pen with a huge number 10 steel nib with that heart-shaped breather hole. It is number 10 nib. It's very big. And now I have ink in my hands, and something that I noticed is maybe inside the cap, maybe some ink is reacting with the pen. Not getting that happy. There, I'm not sure if you can see it, maybe you can't, but I find that the section is becoming rough there, instead of being still very slick, and maybe you can see there. Is that the ink reacting? Is the acrylic getting more mature? I'm not sure. Let's hope it does not end up to crack and leak, because it's quite an expensive pen. But I like it a lot, and I hope it will hold itself. So this is the Magna Carta Mag 1000. I can adapt easily to different pens, usually, but this time it's kind of crazy to have such a big pen just after being writing with the Lamy CP1, which is very slim. But that's how I go here on this channel. So this is the Mag 1000. The color is Twilight. The nib is a medium steel nib, as I told you, number 10. The finish is beautiful because it has gold, greenish blues, and shimmer. And the ink inside, I don't really know. It's kind of an ink mix, mostly made of Parker Quink Black and with a little leftovers of some inks. I like the classic design of this pen. And from India, we will go to Italy. And we also have some Italian pens. Let me check where it is, next to this avalanche of pens. Okay, there it is. This is the Montegrappa from Italy. This is the Montegrappa Mia, and this color is called Meteor Shower. I love the color, I think it's beautiful. I love the pen, I love the shape of it. It's really nice. Again, another cartridge converter pen with a steel nib. So I think the biggest pattern here is steel nibs with cartridge converter pens, with some exceptions, of course. So this is the Montegrappa Mia Meteor Shower. I love this material. I think it is so beautiful. This one has a fine, medium, I don't remember, medium steel nib, and the ink it has inside is the same one as the Graf on Faber-Castell, the Diamine Inkvent Calendar 2025, number 4, tobacco. So a nice brown ink with a smell, with a scent that I don't really love, in a beautiful pen. So this was Italy. The next pen is still from Italy, and I have to say this is one of my favorite nibs ever, although the pen is in a very strange condition. All the plating is coming off. It is an older pen from Nettuno. It was sent to me by Nettuno, but the nib, you can see that black plating is flaking off, but the pen writes so well. I like it a lot. Again, steel nib in a cartridge converter pen, and this one is the Nettuno 1911, and 1911 black sands with a fine steel nib. This nib is a Bock nib that had lots of problems. Now they changed to Jovo, but there are some Bock nibs even with problems that are amazing. This is one of those. This is really one of the best nibs I ever used. And this one has the Colorvent or Colorverse Colorvent Calendar 2025, and the color is number 3, Erebus Greater. And just let me just do this. You can see we can have line variation, you can have lots of wetness. This is a great pen. It's beautiful and it's really nice. And for the end of this page we will jump into, or we'll jump to, I think it's UK. I think that's where this one was made, or USA, I'm not sure. Let's try to focus and figure out. USA. So this is a Parker 45, originally from the USA, but I was not sure if this model was made there or in the UK. It is a cartridge converter pen with a semi-hooded nib. I love Parker 45. This is the Coronet version. So, out of frame, this is the Parker 45 Coronet in black with an oblique gold nib. You won't see much of it, but believe me. And inside it has the Colorverse Colorvent Calendar 2025, and this is number 5, the Void, and it looks great, amazing. I love Parker 45s. It's one of my favorite models of all time. I know that they are not for everyone, but to me these are just great pens. Now let's just turn the page and I'll be back for the next page. Okay, the second page, and we still have a few more pens to go. Let's do them, and I hope the camera will focus now because there's nothing on the paper. And the next one is this. This is a Parker Jotter in yellow. Very simple, inexpensive pen. Again, cartridge converter pen. Let me just roll this on the other side. And so this is the Parker Jotter in yellow cartridge converter pen with a steel medium nib with a kind of an arrow there, very simple. And inside it has the Colorverse, Color Vent, Calendar 2025, number 2, Apollon. And this is a nice burnt yellow color. I like it. And I like yellow pens. I don't know if I already told you, this is the, I think, first yellow pen for today. But there are more to come. So this Parker is the last Parker pen, and we'll go to Germany again for a Pelican pen. This is a very nice, I don't love burgundy, but it's a nice pen that I need to say that. Piston filler pen. So this one is a different one. Again, this is the second piston filler pen with gold nib. Let me see if it can show. Not sure. This is a small pen. This is the Pelican 140 Gunther Wagner in burgundy with a fine gold nib that I showed you, with Parker Quink black, one of my favorite inks of all times. It writes well. Sometimes it tries a little bit and it skips on the first letter, but then it goes well, and it allows for these kind of crazy things. It's a very interesting pen. My €5 deal on Lisbon flea market. The next one, still a Pelican pen, the last Pelican pen, and this is the Pelican AM800 in green, the usual striated green. Just for comparison, this is the Pelican M800 and the small Pelican M400. Pelican M800, Pelican 140, so much smaller. I like this pen. It is a piston filler pen, so again, the third piston filler pen of this video. You will not see it, but the barrel is slightly transparent. It's the older version, so you can see the ink inside against the light. And this one has a very nice gold nib that I exchanged with a viewer. He gave me his fine nib, and I gave him a gold nib, that this pen, a medium nib that this pen initially had. So this is the Pelican M800 in green with a fine gold nib that I already showed you, and inside it has the Colorverse Color Vent Calendar 2025, number 5, Fur and Fog. So there you have it. It's a very nice pen. This video is getting long. There are too many videos this month, but I had to do this even for my own pen control. So to know which pens have ink and which inks. The next pen is this. This is from Japan, so a big lip. It is the Pilot 743 in verdigris color. It was an USA exclusive, and this is a cartridge converter pen. So we go back to the old cartridge converter pens that I tend to prefer. So this is the Pilot Costume 743 in verdigris color. It has an extra fine gold nib It may seem a little scratch, it's not, but I'm not hitting the paper in the right angle because of the cameras and so on. But it is a nice, beautiful nib, gold. And this one has inside Pilot Blue. This pen has been inked since I got it, always with the same ink. And that's, I have this for a notebook where I put some thoughts, and so the notebook is not that good and an extra fine nib can get through it. We will stay in Japan, but we'll change the brand and we'll go to Platinum, and this is an interesting one. I like this one, 10th anniversary edition. I think this pen is quite beautiful. It's not very big, but it's very nice. So this is the Platinum 3776 Century, the 10th anniversary limited edition, and it is a medium gold nib. Again, cartridge converter pen, but with a beautiful gold nib, which is different from the regular platinum nib. You can see it's really a different nib, different shape, different model. So nice one. And inside it has the diamine Inkvent calendar 2024, so this is from last year, the ink called Vibe. I'm not putting for the older inks the number of the day because I don't remember it, and I can check it, but I think it's no longer interesting. I think I may say that when we are still making them and they are still from the last one, so we can go with our knowledge, but for the older ones I don't think it's that necessary. So from Platinum Japan we'll jump to Sailor Japan. This is a beautiful yellow pen that I bought this year. I like it. Quite simple, but I like it. No band there. This has an ink that's difficult to see. This is the Sailor 1911 large. Just an L would be enough. And this is called, this is the ringless version because no ring on the cap. And this is called ringless Kyoto. It's a limited edition. Gardens Icho, which is the name of the ginkgo biloba, and it has a medium gold nib. Beautiful nib, but much more simple than the Sailor gold nibs used to be. I like nibs with a different kind of work, but things change and evolve. It is a cartridge converter pen again, but with a gold nib, and the ink inside is the same special edition ink that comes with it. If you know if this ink is available anywhere, please let me know, because I may be interested in restocking this ink when this is over. I have a few other yellow inks, but I like this one. If it comes again, I will be interested. So if you find it, please let me know. If you know it is released, let me know. I don't know much about inks, or I'm not up to date, so I need some help. The ink is called Sailor, as I told you, Kyoto Gardens Icho. So the same, this is the ink that comes inside the same package as the pen. And because this is a limited edition, I'm not sure if the ink is also limited edition. The next pen is another Sailor, slightly bigger, and that one has the ring there, or the band, you can see, bigger. And this is the Sailor King of Pen. I love this pen with a very big number 8 nib. So this is the Sailor King of Pen in Mandarin yellow. This was a limited edition for Europe with a medium gold nib. Let me show you. I like the engravings on this nib more than I like the engravings on the other one. Let me just show it to you. I know the video is long, but you see, this one has more inscription, mostly the gold content and so on, but I think it looks nicer when it is with more stuff engraved. In this case, I think more is really more. I like it. And inside it has a special edition of Sailor ink that they made for the Spanish store where I bought this pen, Ink Traveler. So I've been using this ink always in this pen. It's getting a little bit stained there. I usually don't wash my pens. Maybe it's time to clean this one and re-ink it again with the same ink because I like it, so I'll not change it. And this is called Naoshima Kon, and it is just an interesting blue, and this pen can do this, which is also amazing. I like this pen. This amazes me, although I don't use the line variations a lot because I can't use flexible or semi-flexible nibs. The next one is the last, no, not the last Japanese pen, just the last Sailor pen. It is this Sailor Profit 1911 Junior in yellow, just for some color, some for size comparisons. This pen, the Kyoto Gardens, which is the large version, and the King of Pen. So clear differences in sizes and even on nib sizes. This is, and the work on the nibs, this is a steel nib, and you can see much simpler with a fun transparent feed. But so it's very different pen. But Sailor pens are usually very good. Doesn't matter the range of the pen. Of course, a higher range pen is better, but it writes better. But I think we always have good experiences with Sailor pens. That's my opinion. So this is the Sailor Profit 1911, which is this kind of torpedo shaped junior. The transparent, it's also called Sailor Compass. It's very confusing, these names. In yellow, this one has a medium fine steel nib that I already showed you, and inside it has diamine Inkvent calendar 2025. Oops, now I have that there. And this color is the number 5 Mary Rose. And that's it. I like this pen. I enjoy Sailor pens, and this model, this transparent, would be a very collectible. I think I could collect them all. The question is why. I will not use them all, but I like them. The next one is from the United States. It's a Sheaffer pen, and it is a beautiful Sheaffer balance with this black section and the gold nib. So really nice pen. Again, a cartridge converter pen. Only 3 piston filler pens in this video. So let's see if it doesn't skip. Sometimes this pen likes to skip. This is the Sheaffer Balance 2. It's not the vintage version, it is a Balance 2 from around the year 2000. The color is Crimson Glow. It is a very nice material. I hope you can see that. And it has inside, or see, skipping there. It writes much better in rough papers because I think it has some Baby's bottom. I think that's the explanation. I need to check that. So it has a fine gold nib. I love the imprint in these nibs, it's very beautiful. And inside it has the color vent calendar 2025, but you can see when the pen is writing well, it puts such a juicy line on paper. It's very, very pleasant. The ink number 1, that one that was writing badly on the Jinhao 10 before, on the other page, the Martian dust, is that how it's called? Yes. The ink from day 1, and let me just do this here, and I'm messing with always with the next pen's line. So this is it for this pen. Let's go for the last 4 pens. This is the Sheaffer No Nonsense. This one was sent to me by a viewer and I'm so happy to have this one. I know this is a cheap pen, but it is yellow. I love yellow pens. I love this model because I think it's fun to have kind of a modern pen that resembles a Sheaffer pen, a vintage Sheaffer pen. It is yellow that I like. It is it's a highly collectible model because there were lots of colors, and it was also used for advertising, and this one is advertising for Nikon, and I love Nikon cameras, so it makes sense, and I love photography, of course. This one has a black section, they usually have, which is nice, and that's it. This is the Sheaffer No Nonsense in yellow. I call it yellow Nikon because it has that advertisement. It has a fine steel nib, very simple nib, but the design is kind of similar to the one of the Sheaffer Balance, but simpler. And inside it has the color vent calendar 2025 number 2 Apollon. I put 1p extras, sorry. And that's how it looks. So nice pen, and this is a way you can really see the difference between these kind of burnt yellow compared with the warm yellow on the other pen. Now let's go for a pen that I got kind of recently in a store of art supplies where I go sometimes, and I found this pen and I had to buy it just because I think this is a, correct me if you know more, this looks to me like a Stypen pen, and I like Stypen or Stypen, not sure, and I like this is a Route 66 pen, and I saw them being sold, which is strange because Stypen is not around no anymore. It was bought by Bic. So this looks like a Stypen pen and I had to buy it, and it was cheap. Maybe they found out a stock of them and they re-released it, not sure. I had to buy it. So this is the Stypen with a question mark because I'm not 100% sure if it is, but I think it is. This is the Route 66 pen. I don't know the official name of it. I don't know anything. I think it has a fine nib, but I'm not sure also. And inside it has just the blue ink cartridge, that the original one that I made some stupidity because I was just playing with the pen thinking I would use it for the calendar, but not knowing how, I just pierced the cartridge on place and it started writing, and that's it. So you can see it has this kind of an older kind of cartridges that they were around when I was young. That is one of the reasons that I like Stypen pens. my first fountain pen ever. So I'm quite happy that I got this one. They had it in several different colors. I got this army green one because I liked it. I think it made sense and I had to buy it. So, from this is French, if this is Stypen, it is a French brand. We'll go from France to Germany, and this is a Super 5. Can you see that? Engraved there. Super 5, and then the 5 is leaning down. And it is a very simple pen, all plastic except the section that is metal. And this pen is called Super 5 Arctic. This is a lines of pen that are made more for calligraphy and for sketching, and this brand sells pigment waterproof inks, and I think it's kind of a match between both things to allow for a very rough pen to hold that, and they are cheap. So I chose this for the calendar for a pigmented ink. It has a 0.7 nib made of steel. You can see there the same Super 5 stamp there, and 0.5 made of steel. And inside this one has the diamine ink vent calendar 2025 number 3 carousel. I'm getting very tired with all these series of videos, so I may start not making a lot of sense, but I'm getting to the end of the video. Let's go for the last pen, and it's a travel from Germany to Japan, and this is again another cartridge pen. This is the Wancher Pochaco. There is some ink spilling in there. It's transparent, otherwise I would not see it. It is an interesting kind of mini jumbo pen with a steel nib engraved Wancher. I think it's an interesting. This is really an interesting model. I need to do some videos about this because it makes sense to me and to my collection. It's quite heavy, and so this is the Wancher Pochaco demonstrator. This one usually doesn't skip. I think that I'm writing not in the best position for my hands, and I'm rotating the nib a lot, with a medium steel nib, and inside it has the diamine ink vent calendar 2025 ink number 2 energy. And I find that this nib for Japanese nib is very broad. It's a medium nib, so it's a real medium nib, and it's very wet. It's not kind of a Japanese medium. So these are all the pens that I had to show you today, the 38 pens, and because I'm using 2 pens for each calendar, and one calendar has 48 inks. No, sorry, one has 24 inks, the other one has 25, and 2 pens for each ink. It's a lot. It's a lot of pens with ink, and so this is the start of the month. Till the end of the month this will be completely crazy, but that's what I do. I just hope I can deal with these extra work until the end of the month, and then I want to relax a little bit again and start making 2-3 videos per week instead of 2 videos per day. Let's see what I can do. I want to enjoy the channel, not to overwork with this. So this is all I had to show you today. and and I think it was already a lot. Many inks, many pens. I hope you have some ideas for pens, for Christmas presents, whatever. You can check the description below, because I'll try to put links for the pens when it's possible, when these pens are available, and you can find them if you want them. So this is it for today. I hope to meet you here one of these days for some regular video, and tomorrow for more calendars, for more advent calendars, or how we will call this. So again, thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. Bye.